GameStop was the place to go for all your wants and needs. Fast forward to present day, more and more stores are getting shut down with no signs of stopping.
It's game over for more GameStops, the company announcing it plans to shutter a significant number of locations over the next few months.
How did this empire that at one point did over $9 million in sales is now scrambling to figure out what to do next? Before I can even explain that, we need to go back to the beginning to even understand how we got to this point. The original names of the stores was called Babbage and created in Dallas, Texas. The name coming from Charles Babbage, who is considered to be the father of computers. Congratulations, sir. You're now a father. What the hell is that? The small store originally started off selling computer parts and software, amongst that software being video games. Video games for computers back in the day like the Commodore 64. The store started doing really well, and in 1999 they expanded and changed their name to, you guessed it, Flute Lover Supply. Yes, GameStop. The GameStop we all love and know. Sort of, but they're not really there yet. You see, later in that same year, Barnes & Noble ends up buying GameStop. And then eventually they end up buying Funko. And I'm not talking about those bulbous head figures that you see in landfills. This was Funko Incorporated, which was a video game store that also had a magazine company that GameStop is now known for, Game Informer. When I was a kid, I loved Game Informer. It kept me in the loop with anything video game related, which you would hope with a name like that. Why is there nothing but video games in this? Eventually, B&N would let go of GameStop and they would become an independent company. GameStop don't need no man. I wish B&N kept GameStop. They went really well together. Even back in the days, some B&N stores had an attached GameStop to it. It was literally a drop-off daycare for husbands. They did let go of GameStop at the worst time because within the year, Xbox 360 and the PS3 were soon to come out, which meant we were about to enter the beginning of the online era.
Yeah, get out the tank next time, and then let's see who will win. You will.
This is PlayStation 3.
This is when GS was in their bag. Every year did better in sales than last year. More and more stores kept opening up. What a time to be alive. You walked into your local GameStop with your old games, about to trade them in so you could afford new ones. Eventually in 2010, GameStop introduces everybody's favorite Power Up Rewards membership. This was the final piece to complete the GameStop that we all know and hate. There was two versions of this membership, a free membership and then a $14.99 annual membership, both providing points for all your trade-ins and purchases, and you were able to spend those points on merchandise and coupons, while the pro version provided more, like a 10% off on all pre-owned games and an extra 10% on all trade-ins. The store even had pre-order incentives, making sure you bought the brand new games with them rather than with other stores like Target or Walmart. The earliest digital pre-order perks I could find were for Call of Duty Black Ops 1, where when you pre-ordered with GameStop, they gave you this ugly flight suit jacket that looks like you should be walking on the moon with it. Or for Halo Reach, you got a flaming helmet for your Xbox avatar or multi-thread armor for your character in the game. Even before that, they had physical products for your pre-orders, like this PSP Final Fantasy game holder or this plushie for the Wii game Dewey's Adventure. Let me know down in the comments what your first pre-order bonus was. The game store also sold graphic tees, plushies, and other knickknacks. I've never bought in that stuff from GameStop. I feel like it's more for a mother or someone else in the family buying a video game for their loved one, and then they just come across that item and throw it on there too. Especially because if you're going to a GameStop, that means you're probably at a mall. And if you're at a mall, that means 9 times out of 10, there's a Hot Topic there. And those have way better selections of graphic tees than GameStop does. GameStop was on top of the world at this point, especially because they just kept buying out all the other game stores that were going under. But just like everything else in this world, whatever comes up will eventually come back down. We enter the 2020s, and this is where it all goes down for GameStop.
Fortnite.
I honestly think this game alone ruined everything for the gaming retail market. Fortnite being a free game that was digital only that made all their money through microtransactions, meaning you don't need a middleman like GameStop. On top of that, it showed the rest of the gaming industry how to make higher profits with spending less. And we all know big companies love that. It also pushed the idea to the younger generation, showing them that they do not need a physical game to play their video game. which was a huge problem for GameStop because they made their money off of pre-owned games. Sources said that the company made 10% off of brand new games and 40% off of pre-owned games. That is a deep cut in their profit. This causes a domino effect, and if people aren't walking into GameStop to buy or trade in games, then people also aren't buying their memberships. The results are showing. Just last year, GS closed down 960 stores, and this year they're claiming that they're going to close down a significantly more.
They have a plan to close significant numbers of locations this year, but didn't say the exact number.
I had the intentions of going to my local GameStop and interviewing an employer there about this entire topic, but while making this video, that GameStop got shut down. If you're wondering what GameStop can do to flip this all around, I think the decisions they're making now aren't the answers. Barnes & Noble's was going down until 2023 when Book Talk became really popular, which allowed Barnes & Noble's to open up many more stores because it made physical reading cool again. The difference is, reading a book should never go out of style, first of all. But secondly, you don't need a TV, a console, Wi-Fi, and power to run that book. You could just read it. What are you doing? Just trying to get this hooked up to the TV. What are you talking about? That's not how that works. No, I got it.
I became a victim to my good tender home training.
Oh my God! Where are you going? This is the best part.
This moist pink monkey of mine's on him.
A better comparison is Blockbusters, a popular DVD rental back in the early 2000s. It was a place to go to rent an old movie or one of the new movies that came out on DVDs. You were even able to rent video games. Because of streaming services like Netflix, they didn't need to go to a store to pick up a DVD anymore. They could pick what movie they wanted to watch straight from their toilet. Blockbuster was eventually not needed, and it faded away with the times, like cursive handwriting. GameStop time is just coming to an end, and usually things come back around like low-rise jeans, but I don't think this one will. I don't feel bad that GameStop is closing down. I liked GameStop as a kid only because they sold video games and it was easily accessible. The store was never really inviting when it came to looks. Usually some type of red ugly carpet, metal prison bar shelvings to hold all the games on the walls, a super cluttered walkway with shirt spinners and tables with all types of random stuff. And I get that they're a commercial business, but the way your store looks plays a huge part in your business. Starbucks' interior gives off a more premium look that shows customers that they're welcome to stay and relax. GameStop's welcomeness is 1,000 posters plastered on the entrance. GameStop gives off more like you're walking into a sus car dealership for video games. The only reason I'll slightly miss GameStop is because that it shows that physical games are dying. Of course, there will always be collectors. Physical games dying is another topic I want to make a video on. For now, GameStop will do whatever they can to stay afloat. That is the end of my video, guys. Every day is our day. I love you guys like always, and I'll see y'all in the next one.